After Rollercoaster Crypto Price Weekend, European Union issues 2 ICO warnings. European Securities and Markets Authority, ESMA, issued 2 same-day warnings concerning initial coin offerings, ICO, on the 13th of November after the preceding weekend was witness to dramatic swings in prices and volatility. One release is geared toward investors and the other is aimed at participating firms. Also read, Israel Securities Authority Chairman outlines concerns regarding ICOsESMA warns ICO InvestorsIn. What might be taken as a response to our rollercoaster weekend for cryptocurrency markets, where Bitcoin cash traded places with Ethereum, and Bitcoin shed billions. ESMA has issued 2 same-day statements regarding ICOs, dated the 13th of November 2017. Focuses its attention on investors, and number 8220. If you are considering investing in ICOs or have already done so, be aware of the many risks this may entail. And number 8221. ESMA begins. And number 8220. Including the total loss of your investment. In particular, be aware that you will have no protection. And number 8221. They note, ICOs are indeed largely unregulated in the traditional sense, having gained great traction this year as at least a tail in the price-comet that is Bitcoin. And number 8220. ESMA has observed a rapid growth. And number 8221. They write, and number 8220. And is concerned that investors may not realize the high risks that they are taking. And number 8221. And number 8220. ICOs are highly speculative investments. And number 8221. And in number 8220. Depending on how they are structured, may fall outside of the regulated space, in which case investors do not benefit from the protection. And number 8221. They reiterate, the regulatory arm is one of the 3 European supervisory authorities within the European system of financial supervisors bureaucracy. They continue, and number 8220. ICOs are also vulnerable to fraud or illicit activities, owing to their anonymity and their capacity to raise large amounts of money in a short time frame. And number 8221. Risks include the above along with the body urges. And number 8220. Virtually anyone who has access to the internet can participate in an ICO. And number 8221. They point out, ESMA warns participating ICO firms is decidedly more stern in its tone. Issued the same day, it urges firms in number 8220 to meet relevant regulatory requirements. And number 8221. In a cat and mouse, near Orwellian turn of phrase, they argue. And number 8220. If their activities constitute a regulated activity, firms have to comply with the relevant legislation, and any failure to comply with the applicable rules would constitute each. And number 8221. This might be very difficult for firms to ascertain, especially when the very same body refers to them as and number 8220. Unregulated. And number 8221. Keen readers might ask, are such offerings regulated or not? Some clarification might be had in the following. And number 8220. Where the coins or tokens qualify as financial instruments, it is likely that the firms involved in ICOs conduct regulated investment activities, such as placing, dealing in or advising on financial instruments or managing or marketing collective investment schemes. And number 8221. The body details. These 2 seem rather OAD and vague. The memorandum then sets out some basic guidelines for firms. A prospectus is urged among startups in the field, containing a number 8220. necessary information which is material to an investor for making an informed assessment of the facts, and that the information shall be presented in an easily analyzable and comprehensible form. And number 8221. ESMA advises. It continues in this manner, imploring firms to also be transparent in their organizational dealings and structure, along with complying with anti-money laundering regulations. And number 8220. Firms have an obligation to report any suspicious activity and to cooperate with any investigations by relevant public authorities. And number 8221. They say,